I swear this stress will be the death of me. So much on my plate, it gets the best of me. Filled up to the brim with this anxiety. I pray that my head will clear eventually, but I don't believe, no. No, I don't believe. I don't believe, no. Grabbing my mother cause she's drunk again, hoping that she puts herself first in the end. The letter that I wrote would flow from me until all I was left with was an empty pen. My friends say I've got my shit together, but I'm just hanging by a thread, nearing the end of my tether, failing to keep a level head. My father says the world is at my feet. If only I could open up my eyes and see all the good that is inside of me. But my pessimism keeps on blinding me. I see my loved ones struggling every day. It breaks my heart and I can't bear the weight. If I could rid them of their sorrow, then I'd do it in a heartbeat, so they could live better day to day. I swear the stress will be the death of me. So much on my plate, it gets the best of me. Filled up to the brim with this anxiety. I pray that my head will clear eventually, but I don't believe, no. No, I don't believe. I don't believe, no. I swear the stress will be the death of me. So much on my plate, it gets the best of me. Filled up to the brim with this anxiety. I pray that my head will clear eventually, but I don't believe, no. I don't believe. I don't believe, no. I wrote To the Brim because at the time of writing it, I wasn't necessarily going through any sort of like traumatic or life-changing events, but I was sort of a year and a half, 2 years off the back of some that had really adversely affected me. And I think that there's a big thing surrounding like supporting people when they're going through things, but then also providing a support network or having one after it's happened. And even though I had a support network due to my anxiety and depression at the time, I didn't really feel like I had any outlets. Even though I did, I was sort of like blinded by the help that I did have around me. So I just wanted to sort of cover that after period, really, where like the actual event has gone down, but you're still dealing with the residual emotion of it, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I sort of wanted to capture the after effect of the situation. It's been shelved for like, as I said, like 2-3 years. And I think my anxiety sort of dictated that, because obviously I wrote these songs from such a personal space, and there was that little bit of fear that like the rejection would sort of be quite detrimental to me. But after releasing all the music that I have done through the label and the support that I've received, I'm like completely confident. So I guess not so much the support network of like my local friends and family, but of the like, you know, the soul and hip hop scene in the UK that have like allowed me to be as open as I want to be with my music so far. So I think, especially with everything going on with the lockdowns and COVID at the moment, I think this has a massive relevance, because I know that there's a lot of people that are going to be feeling the way that I felt during the lockdowns when I wrote this song. And I think it's highly relevant because it's a fear of mine that, you know, people are going through the lockdown without a potential support network, or they come from a background where they aren't able to be as open with their emotions, and I hopefully, by, you know, performing the song and speaking so openly about it, will hopefully give others the confidence to talk about it with their social circles, or even strangers if they can source some good online resources like hotlines and things like that. Yeah, I think it, and going back to the original point, I think it's mainly relevant, especially in this time, because it's totally okay to feel overwhelmed, especially when there's a global pandemic going on and everyone's lives have been put on hold. And I think that it's very easy to get caught up in remembering, obviously, life as it was before. Shit's crazy overwhelming right now for everyone. Like, people can't even, like, you know, go out and do their standard day-to-day tasks. People's livelihoods have been ripped away from them, whether they're like artists, whether they're artists or creatives, or even if they just get by going to the office on a 9 to 5, you know, for that social interaction. I think that's the right time to potentially release it, mainly because so many people are feeling the pressure of the lockdowns and COVID, really. I think that's a really, really big thing at the moment. I think my key goal going forward with this project is to sort of, again, just raise mental health awareness, really, especially when I sort of like operate in the scenes that I do. Luckily, over the last few years, there's a lot more openness around mental health topics, but, you know, we're seeing like a massive surge over the last year because of COVID and because of the lockdowns. And I think that if this music, this EP, can serve as, like, you know, not necessarily a shoulder to cry on, but like a reassurance and a relief that it's okay that everyone's going through that, then that would be the key goal for this project. Long term, just keep putting out songs that people like, really, and hopefully play some shows eventually. Yeah, release music and play shows. that's the end goal forever.
I pray that my head will clear eventually. Robbing my mother 'cause she's drunk again, hoping that she puts herself first in the end. The letter that I wrote her flow from me until all I was left with was an empty pen.